recording. So today really is just kind of us going over the new website. Everybody should have access to it. You might have to go and do the old forget password to gain access, but everybody should have it. Kind of big picture, you know, a lot of this is still in development, and a lot of the things that are coming are still in development, and a lot of what I need from you guys is kind of beta testing it at this point to make sure that the little bugs are worked out. I know maybe it was Mary had brought it up to me. No, it was Deb Easton brought up some little points that she noticed on it. So if you guys see anything along the way, if you notice anything that's not working, if you could take a screenshot or just send me a quick email with what you noticed that maybe isn't accurate or could be adjusted, it'd be great. As well as if you have any ideas how we can enhance or improve the system as well. I'd love to kind of get your guys' feedback and kind of improve the system. Make sure to let me know if you guys have any thoughts, comments, or questions along the way, and I will just jump in right away. Any thoughts or comments up front? Nope. There you go. So here's the new website, TitanOneRealty.com. Everybody has access right here as far as to log in. It has real similar functions to any search website. We can search Colorado and Florida. It has all of our agent info and contact, more information about us. Super straightforward and simple. Right up here is where we would log into the CRM. Sign up is where then obviously the same thing, any new clients or any new leads can sign up and use the system as well. It is set up as a lead capture system, just the same as what we're used to. If somebody goes in, they're forced to register before they can even view any of the photos or any of the information provided. So it's very similar to what we're used to as far as the forced registration. I will jump right into logging in. This is where if you need to log in for the first time, and if you guys can do a split screen, you know, obviously do the Zoom on one, do your screen on the other. That way you can kind of follow along too. Reset password if you don't recall your password to jump in. If you have any difficulties as well, make sure to let me know and I can check it out too. So this is really, once we log into the CRM, this is what it looks like from the back end. All of this is kind of customizable and created from most every experience I've ever had with CRM. So the whole effort and design behind this was to simplify the process for you guys, but also to help provide opportunities and really, you know, managing your business is one thing that's always been a focus of mine, but also if we know how to manage our business, we know what business is coming as well as what business we've closed. David, you jumped on Heminger, right? I know you're on.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, do you mind? I'm going to use your account as an example today.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. I'm going to go jump into David's account real quick. So that way everybody kind of sees it from what you're seeing and not from my end. So here's David's account. One of the big things I guess that I wanted to go over is if you click right at the top of where your name is, as well as in your settings, it's your managed settings. I wanted to kind of go over this first. This is where you guys can come in, add any of your info, your phone number, your name, your emails, your bio, and any of the profile photos that you maybe want to adjust or include, and then social media links as well. And then down here at the bottom, it should have a website. It should have a Titan One Realty website, and then you should also have your self-branded website. Here's david.titanonerealty.com. So everybody should have an agent sub account as well as their primary account. But I would jump into here, complete this, fill this out to your best. Once you complete your bio, this is also what shares and shows up on your profile on the consumer side as well. So here's the info for David. David's testimonials will show up, and then also David's listings. And so this is one of the glitches we found right now. It's actually putting all of our listings for everybody, and we're getting this switched over so it shows the agents listings. As we start to close out deals through the MLS, it'll start adding these listings to your history. As well as you start to collect testimonials, you'll start adding those as well to your page. So back to David's profile, credentials. This is where you could go in and change your passwords. And then integrations is the next part. If you add your YouTube channel here, this is where it's going to try and integrate it, but it doesn't matter right now. This is where you would want to add your YouTube channel. And the reason that you would want to add your YouTube channel is we're setting this up for every new listing that you get. We'll automatically create a video for that listing and automatically post it to your YouTube channel. So for anybody who wants to start promoting more on their actual YouTube channel, acquiring those listings and then having them automatically pump a video onto your YouTube channel is going to take place. You just got to make sure to integrate your YouTube. Any questions about your account settings?
Yeah, I don't see my personalized website thing.
Okay.
Does that come
I don't
later?
have that either.
Janelle and Cece.
I just took a picture of it and it just says titan1realty.com.
Yeah.
Is that Coda?
No, that's not Coda.
Janelle and Cece, I'll add yours. If anybody else doesn't have that agent site, and you can also look right here where it says my websites, it says Titan One and David, you'll see them there as well. So if you don't have a self-branded website, let me know and I'll make sure you get one. And the reason you want them, and I'll show it to you guys real quick. I think this is one of the fun parts that we wanted to make sure to include. If I go to David's branded website, this is the website David can share with friends, family. He can use it for lead generation, but it's David's URL, david.titan1realty.com. But it also is finding new homes with David Heminger. It also includes all of David's contact info. And anytime somebody reaches out or wants to make contact, it goes directly to David.
Yep, definitely. On mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even have a tab that says my website.
Yep, same here.
And that might be just because those aren't created yet. So I'll do that as soon as we hang up. But also what's nice about these self-branded websites is it just includes your agent branded info the entire time. So anytime somebody's searching for properties, you'll be their point of contact. They can reach out to you directly. But then when they also go to search properties, it's scheduled showing with David. Any of the questions that you have goes to David. So everything in this self-branded website or this agent branded website is focused on promoting you, the agent, and ensuring that every client that uses your website is well aware of that it's you, that you're their point of contact. So we definitely wanted to make sure we promoted the agents with these websites. Any thoughts, comments, questions about the website? If you don't have yours, make sure to let me know.
So Jared,
Yes, Deb.
hey, so how does, on the client side, how do they get to our websites? Just by going into Titan One?
Well, so if you have a client that's already in your leads, for instance, if I go to David's clients, David's current clients is David Heminger. If David Heminger signs in using David's login, it automatically just signs him into the system, and all of that search history, all of that info and data goes directly to you. So just the same thing that we're used to now, if somebody goes to the website and doesn't have an assigned agent, it'll go through a lead rotation.
Oh, gotcha.
So if they're in your database and they're in your system, they'll search and all of those results will show up in your system.
Okay.
How
And
will we
Share
get,
your website too.
What was that?
I was just telling Deb she could share her branded website.
Exactly, and that's exactly it. So right here, for David, for instance, if you just send this URL, david.titan1realty.com, it'll be directed to David's website. So everybody will have that ability.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Thanks. Awesome.
I'm sure you're getting to this, but how will our data from Sync get over to here?
Hmm,
Good question.
I was
Actually,
gonna-
so I already have pulled all of our data from Sync, and that includes statuses, that includes the notes, that includes tags, that includes everything that we have in Sync for them. And we're in the process of actually loading all of those into each of your accounts. So you should have all of your leads from Sync imported. They should all have the same statuses. They should have all the same notes, but that's in process right now.
So we shouldn't really be so new leads this month, will those come through here?
Nope. So I'm going to have both systems for the next 3 months at least. So February, March, April, I'm going to have Sync and this system so we can A, gently transition back and forth, but also if there is info that you want to make sure that you transition or transfer, it's included as well.
So we really don't need to, really wouldn't be working out of this until that data dump happens.
I would encourage that unless you don't have any leads, then it doesn't matter. But if you've got leads and you've got previous stuff, all of that's going to be transferred and transitioned. I'm going to say within this week, if not by next week.
But in
And
the
how's that
meantime,
going to look for our clients? I mean, will they notice a difference? I'm thinking the ones that we've just set up and like we're entering as we go. Will they have to do anything different to log into the Titan One website,
Sure.
or will they just?
There will be a difference. They'll receive those listing alerts in their email, and it'll come from a different email, but their login info should be still the same.
Okay.
So there will be a
Maybe
transition,
like
and
that.
there will be a transition, and there will be a difference. But it also gives us a reason to make contact. Hey, wanting to make sure you receive the new listing alerts I'm sending. Let me know if you have any questions.
And so when would we do that with them? How do we know when that's happening for them?
That's once I get all of that data dumped into this system, I'll let everybody know. And then that's when I would go through, because these won't have, once we dump that data in, each lead will have the info, but each lead won't have searches set up yet. So we'll need to go
So
through
they go
it.
back and reset their searches up.
Correct. Yep. And that's where I want to have these next 3 months for us to really prioritize. If we have a top 50, a top 10, a top 100, make sure to do those first. But then obviously, as you've got time to work through the rest of your leads, it depends on how large your database is.
Okay.
sorry, I was just replying to a text. Did you say searches will not come over, so we'll have to reset people up on their searches?
They will have the notes from their searches, but we won't have them actually set up. They don't automatically get created. No.
So not a big deal for me because I actually mark all of my leads that I'm actually nurturing as bad emails and I set them up on the MLS. But I do like the people that I've not connected to be getting emails. Will the people that come, but I also am not going to go set up searches for 3,000 people that I have never talked to. Will they be getting some sort of communication from me?
We can set up drip plans to connect with them. So we have to do one of two things. We either have to set up the searches to send contact, or we have to set up a drip plan to send contact. But either way, it has to be manually implemented or set up to where you have the drip plan set up for a category and then initiating those drip plans. So there will have to be some sort of what do I want to say?
So I could have my
contact
3,000
plan.
people that I've not contacted and just set all of them up on the same drip campaign rather than go into each of the 3,000.
Correct. And maybe it's prioritizing your top 100 and then the other 2,900 get it set up on an auto campaign.
Okay.
And it's really going to be tailored, specifically. WIT has 3,000 leads. Some of us only have a couple hundred leads.
Well, so will I have to actually create the drip campaign, or are there campaigns that are created?
We have campaigns that are created, but you have the ability to customize those, edit, and create your own.
Cool.
Okay. So that's kind of it. I would say start with going into your actual settings, whether that's manage my settings through here or clicking on your name, but changing your personal information, integrating your YouTube channel is something that I would do right off the bat. As far as it goes for big picture overview, here's our dashboard. Our dashboard includes an opportunity wall. The opportunity wall was designed for us to receive Opportunities to make contact. Let's say you've got a closed client that you closed a month ago and you haven't spoke to them or you haven't made a call to them in a month. It's an opportunity that'll pop up here. Hey, call your closed client. You haven't spoke to them in a month. Let's say you have a birthday for one of your clients. Hey, it's their birthday. Call them for their birthday. Let's say it's a new lead that you haven't called 3 times. Hey, you've got a new lead in the category that hasn't had 3 attempts. We can set these opportunity parameters in however we want. But the opportunity wall really is focused on finding opportunities within your database and suggesting contacts for you. This is helpful if you've got somebody who makes calls in your system, because it'll automatically generate opportunities, but it also will help you if you sit down to find opportunities within your system. This in particular, and anytime you see these little bells, all of these are notification settings. You can set this up to send you an email or a text for any of those opportunities. So if an opportunity pops up, it'll send you a text or an email for it. But that goes the same thing for your tasks. You can set up to receive a text and an email notification for tasks. You can set up a text notification for the lead grab pool. The lead grab pool is anytime we have an overflow or an abundance of leads that don't fall in the rotation for individuals receiving them, the overflow of leads will fall into here and they'll sit there until somebody claims them. Those are free to take if they're in there. You can set up your notifications, auto refresh every 30 seconds and send you a text alert if a lead pops up into that lead grab pool. Tasks are also set up the same way. You can create an individual task if you want, as well as you have the ability to create tasks within your clients. So if I go into one of the clients, here's David as a client. We could create a task for David to do. Call David. Due today. Due time, sure. Let's go 11. I can send an email or a text from these as well. Create the task shows up into David, the task shows up into your tasks, and your task also shows up into your task dashboard. You can set up those same email notifications to get emails and text to receive those tasks as well, just to keep you notified. Announcements is something that anytime we have a class, once again, you can set up text and email notifications to receive any of those announcements. Hey, we've got a class coming up. Hey, we had a change in policy. Hey, we have a new program. Any of those announcements will come through here, and you can receive text and emails for those as well. The pipelines is something that I'm personally excited for. I enjoy these pipelines only because it helps us organize and categorize our leads.
Will we get emails? Sorry,
Say
going
that.
back- that's weird.
I got you, Whit.
Going back to announcements, will we still get emails from you, or do we need to set up the email alert here? to get-
I'll do both. If I send one through email, I'll also send it through here.
Okay, cool.
So if you set up your notifications, you'll get both. You'll get the notification through here and through email. As far as it goes for pipelines, there's 2 separate pipelines, one based on status and one based on anticipated close date. I know Brittany's a huge fan of tracking her business based on close date. If we open that close date pipeline, it shows you what clients you have and where you believe they fall. David is a lead within David's system. He believes that individual is going to be closing within this month. We also can identify people in the next 30 to 60, 60 to 90, and 90 plus days out. If somebody sets a reminder, oh, I believe they're going to be closing in December of 2021, that obviously his date has passed, which means the lead will sit in this month category until you actually adjust the time and date. I can also click on David's lead. I can change that anticipated close date. See how it says it was supposed to happen last month? I can move that to April 13th update, and then it'll shift David into a new category on his pipeline. Keeping people organized by date will help you prioritize them and their interests. Hey, just checking, has anything changed since the last time we talked? Yeah, actually, I've moved out. We're going to be about 60 to 90 days out. We're not going to buy this month. This helps you track who your priority is this month who you should be calling and getting into the in pre-approval or into the car for this next month as well. So tracking people by date is a huge thing, I believe, as well as tracking them by status. Anybody who gets put into the appointment status, showing status, contract, or closed will be included into here and help you track and identify those as well. Any questions about life cycle or the close date pipelines?
No, but I have a different question.
I'm ready, Mary.
So the searches won't transfer, but will our to-dos transfer?
Ooh, that's a good question. I didn't ask that question.
Kind of like tasks, you know, in a sense.
I did not look. I'll write that down and ask.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
Can you slowly scroll through the dashboard? Because I'm missing quite a few things on that.
I can,
Like, I don't have pipeline. I don't have the lead grab pool. Let's see.
and that might be, CC, is yours the same way? And that might be just because I haven't set up those two agent branded sites. So I'll have the two of yours corrected.
I don't have
Yeah.
opportunities, tasks, or sorry, I'm just going between screens, or lead grab pool, and I do have my personal branded site.
Oh, you do?
I
Yeah.
don't have, and I have all of that in there, the lead grab and the pipelines.
What don't you have, Darla?
I don't have the agent branded website.
Okay.
But she has all of the stuff that
Yeah.
Janelle and I don't have, but I do have the branded website.
I got it.
And I
Okay.
don't have the branded website and I have the other stuff.
Perfect. Hey, if anybody, I don't know if anybody knows, but Britt and I have been working on this since January of last year, but we've been testing this. You can see right here, best coffee shop ever since July of this past year. So we've been like beta testing this, trying to get this ironed out. What I need is more of this. If there's stuff that you guys don't have and aren't seeing or aren't enjoying or don't want, make sure to let me know, and we'll definitely work on getting it all corrected. I'm gonna write down yours, Whit. Moving on, we've got a forum. The forum is going to kind of replace what we use our Facebook page for, and that's just kind of any of our community shout outs. Hey, does anybody have a plumber in Aurora? Hey, I've got a new program that I wanted to share for everybody. Within each of those requests, people can also make suggestions, comment, ask more questions, and grow out those conversations. But the forum is really just kind of a way for us to stay connected as a group, but also to send out any of the shout outs. Teresa, I just got yours. Timeline is I would say one of the lesser valuable items, and that only just shares what's taken place within your system. If you send out an email, if you log in, if you set a search, all of those elements that you've accomplished end up on your timeline. The resources is going to be a tab where we send the logos. If you're looking for your referral agreement form, any of those stuff that we share as a group or somebody needs regularly, let me know. I'll share it in resources as well as send it out to you individually. So a lot of our resources I'm going to include and be found within there.
I don't have resources either.
Okay.
Or listings, it looks like.
And then contractors is going to be one of those things that we can add contractors to it, share them with the group, and grow out that little tab as well. And then the same thing goes as you start to acquire listings, those will show up in your listings tab. And if you guys don't have any of these elements on your dashboard, make sure to let me know if you haven't already, and I'll make sure those all get corrected.
I'll send mine via email.
Okay.
Okay.
That is how it works for the dashboard. I'm going to jump into Lead Central. As far as it goes for clients, clients. This is where your clients will start to be generated, as well as how you can keep them organized, what their status is, last interaction, source, last login. And up here is where we can change some of those parameters. Let's say you want to include sense of urgency. You can move that over. Let's say you want to take urgency out. Let's say it's important for you to have birthdays or estimated close date. You could add that. All of those can be adjusted and manipulated just from this tab here, as well as you can filter your leads along the right, as well as you can organize them last login, last touch, the same way we're used to organizing and filtering them, but that's from the main page here. All of the statuses are what we're used to: new leads, attempted contact, connected, appointment, showings, contract closed, and archived. If we jump into David as a lead, if we adjust his status, we take him, let's say we take him into the showing category. As soon as we put David into the showing category, David should also pop up into our pipeline. So that's how we keep our leads organized in the pipeline, is basically by adjusting those statuses. And that's up here at the top. You want them to be in your pipeline. Appointment means that we either have an appointment or we're fighting for an appointment. These are the leads that we don't want to lose track of. It's something that we might smell a deal around and something that we want to kind of prioritize and stay focused on. Obviously, showings is in the car. Contract is when we're writing contracts. Closed, archive, super straightforward. You can designate buyer, seller, landlord, renter, prioritize them by urgency, hot, warm, neutral, cold. Right here, as far as it goes, your client description. Your client description is all the details about your client, including their name, their status, urgency, any of their contact info. Subscribe to email, subscribe to text messages. Here's the estimated close date and estimated close price. That estimated close date and close price is also located right here. Estimated close date, close price. I can click here to go to the description, or I can click here to adjust that as well. And it takes you to those client details. You can include their search criteria. You can include any of their birth dates, primary address, the source that they came from. Their login info is located here. If you need to adjust their password or they don't have it, don't know it, or want you to change it. Any lender info, any title info, any other relationships, or any other customer details. All of that can be added and included into their description. Those descriptions, estimated close date and close price, is what also fuels those pipelines. Here's the timeline, what you've accomplished with this individual. Any tasks that you want to set, you can add new tasks. You can complete existing tasks, or you can delete them. Listing alerts is right here as well. If I want to create a new listing alert, let's say, I'm looking in the city of Orlando for this client. Here's 952 listings. I can create that listing alert for David. I can set up the subject line, David's Orlando home. To David, new listing, the frequency, and if you want to add any additional CCs, any additional people to those emails, you can set it there. It will then create David's listing alerts. You can also go into the individual listings themselves and share them individually. Maybe, if it would work for me.
Jared, can we still talk demarcated areas with a polygonal map?
As far as drawing one, yes, and that's actually being developed right now. We have it right now. It's set based on the window that you have, or based on the city. But we are putting in that actual map to be able to draw out those areas between this street and this street. Only this neighborhood, only this area. So yes, that is coming in.
What do you mean within the window?
The window there. Jared, go back for a second and I'll show my mom on the screen.
Yep. Let's see, create an alert. this window. So whatever falls into this window here,
So if you zoom in or zoom out, it'll choose.
zoom
the
in or zoom out, it'll change the size of the window.
Okay, and so can the client?
Yep,
Okay,
yep. And then those are obviously limited then by also these same filters. So you can
Sure.
change your filters or change them up at the top here too.
okay.
Once you have that search set, it'll set up that new listing alert, David's Orlando Homes. It'll also, once David starts saving any of his favorites or any of those listings that he likes, those will show up down here as well. You can also send text messages directly from here. And let me see. I would say one of the things that we definitely want to go in and do is create a lead for everybody independently. Like David has his lead set up. Make sure to set yourself up on a lead and set up drip campaigns, as well as set up property searches, set up the same experience you would have. If you go to do a listing, you can click here to share, copy, and I can paste that link right into a text message to the client as well. Oh, I gotta go to this one. And that would be right here. Check out this listing. And I can send it directly out to the client.
How do we see what the client looked at their last visit?
As far as it goes for the last visit, Mary, to answer your question, no, it does not have the Polygon search yet, but it will. As far as to see what their history is, that's where all of these, where is that detail? Searches, listings. Right here, save searches and recent viewed listings is under listings.
Okay.
So any recent viewed properties for them or any saved properties will be right here in this
And
list.
that's in date order.
Yep, exactly. In date order as they view them.
Okay.
So that was the summary tab. Searches tabs include the one that we just set, and it has the recent searches, as well as the listing tab has saved and recent. Drip plans is where you can assign any of the drip tags. If we look over on the far left, drip tags are here is where you can also use the pre-existing ones, as well as create your own. Anything else as far as to update their info? This is where it goes back to their client description, but that's kind of it in a nutshell as far as those actual leads. I would go in here to clients, your clients tab, and add yourself as an actual new client and start setting up those searches and searches for yourself.
Is Denver's MLS connected yet?
Denver's been one big giant pain in the butt, and we've been going back and forth this week, and we should have everything worked out to where they'll start sharing that data with us within this week as well. So I should have everybody's leads imported, and we should have full access. We have every other MLS attached to the system right now. So it's Northern Colorado. We're waiting for Denver. We have Colorado Springs, Pueblo, Grand Junction, Central Colorado, Steamboat, and then Orlando as well. So all of those have been integrated, included Denver being the last. As far as it goes for your Lead Central, clients is the first tab. We just went over that. Tasks is your second one. It'll show your completed tasks as well as your tasks to do. You can filter those tasks as well. Next little tab is your timeline, everything that you've accomplished. Canned responses is creating any of those emails or texts that we send out frequently. Let's say you have a preferred lender and you send out the contact info for your preferred lender. You can create that template to automate or simplify those emails that you regularly send out. So this is where you can set up those canned responses. Here is the drip tags and the drip plans. You can customize and create your own. We have some existing ones, and obviously I'll continue to build them out as we need and want as well. Opportunities, this is where this will be found with your opportunities, as well as where we can come in, and this is still being developed, where we can actually create those rules. What's the rule? Let's say it's happy birthday. Let's say it's 1 month with no contact in the closed category. All of those rules can be created in here, as well as the opportunities that you have will be found in here as well, and on your dashboard. Will our drips and personalized text and emails transfer? Mary, no, they won't. And that's where, I know.
Hey,
If you
Jared,
guys-
I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna play around with this, but I'll have lots of questions for you, but I have to take something.
You bet.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Right.
Bye.
So Mary, that's part of what we'll want to do with these next couple months is make sure that those canned responses are transferred over. I know Donna has specific canned responses that she uses that others don't. So all of those canned responses or drip systems that you put together, let's make sure we move those over and incorporate them. As far as lead centric, the last little part is the pipelines, and that's both your life cycle and your close date pipelines, and those are located here as well as your dashboard. Any questions about Lead Central?
Yeah, so Jared, do you know how to transfer them, or are you saying like kind of we manually kind of copy and paste?
Manually copy and paste, yep.
Okay.
Yep. You know, so here's the kicker. Sync certainly doesn't want to share everything, and certainly me trying to get our developers and them in contact to try and make this seamless is just not in the realm of possibility. The fact that I got the notes from Sync kind of baffles me, but they certainly reluctant in sharing the data with me. So yeah, we'll have to manually add those, and that's your canned responses and drip tags that you've had in the past or may have customized or created on your own. And then those individual property searches for each client would be the next biggest obstacle for anybody with transferring leads. Info Center, this is all the same information that we find on our dashboard, the announcements, forum, resources, contractors, and Link Hub. All of that from our dashboard is also found in the Info Center. Same thing goes if you want notifications, make sure to turn on the notifications for any of these categories: opportunities, lead pool, tasks, announcements, forum, and then receiving all the notifications once something new is added to those. Website data is the next one I want to go over. Website data, this is where we can start incorporating any of the blog posts or anything that we've done in the past. If you previously created blogs, you can add those articles into your page here, as well as if you want to start creating articles or blogs, this is where you can add them. Flyers is something that we're working on too, as far as creating custom flyers for any of your new listings. So basically, once you have a new listing inputted, you can auto create your flyers right from here. I don't know if I have any active listings. Let's say flyer name, Willow, search. Yeah, I don't have any active listings to be able to create. But that's where, if you have any of your active listings, this is where we can pop those up automatically. We're also
Jared, can we share? Jared, sorry. Can we share those with each other? So if Akila has a new listing, can she, I don't know, put it on the Facebook page and we can all share it on our page, keep the business together?
Definitely. And so here's, once you create those flyers, you can download it as a PDF, but you can also go into the forum here, add a new link, you know, my new listing.
Okay, cool.
And then you can upload either a web link to it, you could upload a picture to it, you know, hey, everybody, check it out, and then upload it here.
Okay,
So you can share it here, you can share it your Facebook page, we can share it, you know, within everybody. So it's, we
All
can
right.
put it in a couple different spots.
okay, thank you.
You bet. Listings is also then where you can add off-market and on-market listings. Once a listing is added to the MLS, it'll automatically show up into your listings,
Overview.
as well as you can create and add off-market listings if you want to add them to your system.
That's Akila.
Down here at the end, testimonials is something that we're working on setting up an automated system. Anytime you close a deal, it'll start sending automated campaigns to request testimonials from those clients. So make sure you have your clients and your deals in the system. Once it gets placed into a closed category, it'll automatically send out those requests for testimonials. Hey, how was the experience with Mary Mac? We'd love to hear more. As far as it goes, testimonials right now. I know Sarah. Sarah, are you on the call?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, I didn't even know that we could, and I'm going to go real quick. Sarah has actually gone through and added all of her testimonials. How did you put a picture on it? I didn't even know we could do that.
I don't know. I was playing around with it. I think there's a button when you, I think I had put in like the text first, and then once you hit create, it pulls up under where it says testimonials, and then there's a button where there's a picture symbol, I'm pretty sure.
Where you can add a photo. So
Yep.
what Sarah has done is Sarah's already gone in and taken all of her old testimonials and pictures that she has from her Facebook page, I'm guessing, and online social media, and added all of those testimonials and the pictures of her clients. So I thought that was great.
Good job.
Thank you.
My goodness, look at this. Recommendations for days. Here's the nice thing about the testimonials. You can share any of the testimonials that you have from any of the other platforms, Zillow testimonials, Google testimonials, any testimonial I've ever received, you can add those into the system. But if somebody goes into our actual system as well, from the front, if anybody goes into, where do I want to go? Testimonials. They can submit a testimonial online for anybody. If somebody comes in and wants to whine or complain or sets like a 1-star review, those won't be automatically posted to the system. Anything that's 4 stars or more will be posted. Anything that's less than 4 stars won't be. It'll be shared with you, and then you have the opportunity to share it if you want, just so there's no whiners. But also we set it at 4 stars and above because we didn't want it to seem like it wasn't an option.
Hey, Jared,
Yes, ma'am.
will there be a way that with this system can send something out like once a month to our past clients?
Definitely, and that's where you could set up from your Lead Central a specific drip campaign that is geared towards just closed clients with your specific outreach. I mean, we could tailor these campaigns to anything. You could have a church group, you could have a Boys and Girls Club emails that you want to send out. So these campaigns could be tailored and customized to any subgroup that we have. Website data, flyers, listings, testimonials. Any questions about these? Articles, flyers, listings, or testimonials? I'd go through and add any of the testimonials that you've already collected. Those will also be placed on the bottom of your actual agent profile. Where am I looking for David? How did I get to David's profile? Oh, that was through his website. Here's David's website, his company, and his self-branded one. David's profile, once he starts acquiring those testimonials, would be added to the bottom as well as his listings. So that's where collecting those testimonials will help you, but also help kind of brag a little bit about you. It also will help you share that same testimonial page or listings page with any future clients or potential clients. As far as it goes for settings, you can manage automation that's doing any sort of lead uploads or lead transfers into an account if you're getting leads from any other sources. You can log out from the system and then obviously exit out to the website as well. But really that was kind of everything that we have right now in a nutshell. Any kind of comments, questions right now from anybody?
I've got a question about like the homes for sale website that we had prior to this.
Okay.
Did you ever figure out if that's going to integrate into this website? Like, is there a way? Because I've marketed that Matt.homes for sale in Metro Denver everywhere for the past 3 years. So it's one of those things that like maybe not somebody that I'm in contact with, but my information's out there. So if they do get that homes for sale in Metro Denver website, it would automatically take them over to this one.
That's a good actual question, Matt, because I know that I can. I own that URL as well. So I can
Right.
take all of those self-branded URLs, Matt.Homes for Sale Metro Denver, and redirect them. So I'll do that. I'll actually work with our people to set that up to where if somebody does visit that, it'll direct them over to matt.titan1realty.com instead.
Okay, yeah, that way they don't get lost, because I've done a ton of marketing for that, you know, over the years, so. Just in case.
Good call. I think that's definitely possible. So I'll make that happen. Thanks for
All right,
bringing it
cool.
up.
Yep.
Any other thoughts, comments, wishes, hopes?
Hey, Jared, would you share the date of the pictures that we're going to do in the office?
You betcha.
See if we can get some people interested.
Definitely. I'll share that. Mary, real quick. The reason you can't load that photo is it's probably too big. So I think it only will allow, I don't know, I think it's like 3 megabytes, but I'm not a technical guy. You might have to just reduce the size and then try and upload it again. As far as it goes for Donna, you're on the call, right? I know you're on the call, Donna.
Yes,
Hey, so what date was it that we set? It was the 15th, correct?
yes, it is February 15th at the office
At 3 o'clock.
at 3 o'clock.
So February 15th at the office, Darla was so kind enough to get us introduced to a photographer, and we're going to do headshots for the agents. Anybody who wants to come, it's $100 to get your headshots done, and you usually walk away with 5 to 10 edited photos. So $100, get you 5 to 10 edited headshots that you can start using to promote. And that will be February 15th, 3 o'clock. And I'm gonna set it up to where we can kind of maybe meet for lunch at 11:30, do a little lunch hangout sesh, and then head back over to the office. So we'll do something close to the office to where we can kind of hang out, have lunch, and then head over to the office and start doing headshots around 3. Thank you, Darla, for bringing that up.
And he takes horizontal, vertical, up close, and far away. So you'll have multiple choices.
You'll have the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I have an offer. I've got a bunch of the old gray yard arms. You know, they're thin metal, kind of coated gray. I've got 5 of them that I can give away to anybody for free if anybody wants yard arms.
Thank you. Yes, if anybody's looking for yard sign frames, Mary's your hookup. You got to buy her lunch and a couple drinks.
Easy enough.
There we go. Well, that's kind of the website in a nutshell. I would say start out by playing with it. Make sure to add yourself as a lead. Make sure to set up a drip campaign and a saved search, a property search for yourself, so you can start seeing what those look like. But really just start coming in, play with the pipeline and the status changes. Once I have all of those leads from our existing account integrated, I'll let everybody know that they were. Matt, I'll start working on getting the old URLs directed into the new ones, just to kind of keep that momentum going. Definitely don't want to lose that.
Hey, Jared, I did want to make an announcement. I remember Brittany was asking me about, because I know I told you that my husband, he works for a printing company. So he did say, he's like, if you can get all your coworkers, you know, it has to be over a certain amount, but he can work with us. And so maybe we'll save a lot of money if everybody, I don't know if you guys want to send out mailers or just anything, if we all pull together. And then he can actually add the pictures and send it over, and we'll save a lot of money that way as well. So something to think about.
Let's do it. So if anybody's considering farming or doing any sort of print material, let's connect with me or directly with Akila. And anytime somebody brings it up to me, Akila, I'll definitely pass them your way as well. That would be huge.
Yeah, pass it on to Brittany, and I can talk to her about it more too.
I think she's actually on here.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey,
That
Brittany.
sounds good.
All right.
I guess, any other thoughts, comments, questions, wishes, hopes? Here we go. Let's dive in, start looking at that. I'll let everybody know once I get those leads incorporated. I'll then set up another call where we'll review some more. We'll also kind of go in as far as creating maybe some of those drip campaigns, as some of those canned responses, and do some of the more specifics. But just wanted to get everybody in and start playing with it. Set yourself up on that lead like we had talked about. Start utilizing that self-branded website. If you notice things that aren't accurate, aren't correct, or maybe need adjusted, make sure to let me know. Either take a screenshot of what you're seeing or use the snip tool on your desktop to kind of send me what it is that you're seeing. Anything else?
On the side note, Jared, do you mind if I make another announcement?
Absolutely.
I know I sent you our nonprofit, but do you mind if I just
Share it again.
asking if anybody has a question about it, if they received that email about our nonprofit? So I'm just I'm originally myself from Afghanistan, and my dad, he started a school like 30 years ago. But we have multiple schools now, and we have one in Kabul, which is the capital. And it's actually more dire than any other time because of the Taliban's, because a lot of these kids, I mean, they rely on this school meals and just, so we have a goal in mind we have to raise at least 40,000 for the whole year. But it's basically costs $300 for one child to go to school for a whole year. And that is their uniform, their food, even backpacks, school supplies. Sometimes they don't have shoes. And the bus actually goes and picks them up. So for $300 a year, you guys can help a child, educate a child. And then we actually are trying to raise more than that because ever since the Taliban's invaded, girls past 7th grade cannot go to school. So we're trying to raise money to be able to buy them laptops. There's a lot of YouTuber companies that are creating YouTube lessons. So it's kind of under the Taliban radar. They're not as sophisticated to pick it up. So it's just a matter of getting these computers and having them try to get Wi-Fi, and so they can continue their education. So
that's sweet. $300 for a whole year, including, not just the education, but the support. I think it's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you guys can help, it'll be really great. I would really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, please, just send me a message. I can give you my phone number. It's 720-216-7475.
720-216-7475. Thank you, Akila.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Anybody else have anything they want to share? Thank you, Akila, for sharing that. I think it's a great opportunity. So yeah, if you guys have the chance or can, definitely share if you can. We'll do the class on February 8th for contracts. That's at 1 to 4. And then we'll have photo shoots. And I'll send out details for that as well this week. And that's February 15th. So those are the things coming up.
Is there a sign up for the contracts class?
I don't think there's a cost to it. She didn't tell me. So I think at this point, let's just plan on jumping on the call. I'll set up a Zoom. I'll send out the link by Friday of this week with that link, and then also set up that calendar invite.
All right, cool.
So the contracts class is going to be Zoom only?
Correct. Dang it, Thomas, your favorite.
Just checking.
Well, I could try and do a hybrid, a Zoom and face-to-face. I'll talk to Mickey about it, and we'll go from there. So I see some thumbs up and smiles and high fives and wishes.
No worries. Just I just inferred, and you know what happens when you assume. So I asked.
It makes an ass out of both of us.
Again.
There we go. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for joining today. If you guys have,
Thanks, Jared. Thank you.
You bet. If you guys need anything, let me know. Call, text me, let me know.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye. Brittany too. I know you're
Bye,
working.
Brittany.
Bye, Brittany.